What's up, family? It's Kyle King here. We're going to talk about something different today. We're going to talk about the fact that you're letting your fear affect your ability to inspire, empower, and impact people from all around the world. A question that I get all the time is, Kyle, how can I overcome the fear that no one will buy my book? That is a question, that I ask myself so often before I launched my first book and then ended up generating $20,000 in 30 days. Literally. It's the fear of those self-limiting beliefs. It's the self-doubt. It's the fear of not feeling like I'm good enough or I don't know enough. I've been there, I promise. So today what we're gonna talk about is how and a strategy that you can use to be able to overcome that fear and be able to get over that fear so that you can create a future for yourself. So, first question I want you to ask yourself is, when have you tried to accomplish something, but because of fear, you didn't do it? I want y'all to write that down. Take a moment, write that down right now. Pause the video, write that down. When is a moment that you tried to accomplish something in your life, but because of fear, you didn't do it? Now, I want to give you a second question. Y'all ready for the second question? When is a moment in your life that you did something? I mean, you did it. You worked at it, you did it, and then it didn't end up going in the way that you wanted it to go. You know that feeling where you wanted to date that girl, you finally got the courage to ask her out and she said no. I mean that time where you finally got the courage to ask your boss for a raise and he said no or she said no. When you finally got the courage to do something, you launched that product but no one bought it. You planned that event but not the numbers that you expected to show up. Now I want you to ask yourself this final question. Are you going to allow those experiences from the past? Are you going to allow those moments from the past to affect your present and potentially affect your future? I heard a quote one time that it said, everything that you want to become is determined by the things that you're doing now. Everything that you want to become is determined by the actions that you take within this current moment. So I want you to write down these steps that I'm getting ready to give you. I want you to write down all your fears. Write down all of your fears right now. That's step number one. Write down a list of the different fears that you have in regards to you believing that no one will buy your book. Maybe I'm not good enough. I don't feel like I know enough. I don't feel like this, okay? Then step two is, under each fear, I want you to write down 3 questions under each fear. Let's say I don't know enough or I don't think people will buy. Well, write down 3 questions under that. Well, people won't buy. Well, how do people buy a book? Or why would someone want to buy from me? Or why would someone want to buy from this expert? Okay? Y'all ready for the step 3? Hopefully y'all ready for step 3. I want you to go find the answers to each question. Because one thing that I've learned is that fear is present when preparation is absent. Fear is only present when preparation is absent. I'm sure you've done things naturally that had no fear because you were prepared. I mean that PowerPoint presentation that you rocked because you prepared. That test that you rocked because you prepared. That job that you rocked because you're prepared. I want you to have that same energy when it comes through this author journey and you overcoming these fears by first reflecting on the fears. Asking yourself what we call inquiring about the fears. Then putting a plan in place to being able to overcome the fears. Then when we think about a plan, you're gonna need that accountability. You're gonna need that community. You're gonna need that other person, whether it's a coach, whether it's investing in a program, whether it's going to read a book, on the specific answers to those fears. Because one thing that I understand, one thing that I know, is that when I fear something, there's 2 things that happen. Either I'm getting anxiety or anticipation. Faith is both. Doubt is not the absence of faith. Doubt is faith in believing what won't happen, right? Believing in something that you don't want. Whereas faith is believing in the things that you desire. Are we going to allow ourselves in this present moment to stop getting to where we want to go in the future because something that happened in the past? I want you to ask yourself that question. I want you to write down your fears. I want you to inquire under those fears. And then I want you to get a resource to be able to hone in on the answers, to get the answers on each fear. And then I want you to put a plan together to make it happen. You are good enough. You matter. Your story is deserving to be in bookstores around the world. You are deserving to speak on stages around the world. Your experiences are worthy to be in these rooms. Your education is worthy to be in these rooms. Once you believe it, people will believe it. I'll see you guys next episode. And if y'all have any questions, put them down below.